welcome to episode 3 of the Kelly McD & Co podcast. My name is Kelly and I'm your host. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter and Facebook as Kelly McD & Co. And welcome back to returning viewers and welcome to any new viewers. So to start off, I want to say hopefully I've been all clever and I've put in an intro at the front which has got the timescales on when everything that I talk about is going to be in the podcast. So like knitting at one point, whatever at the next point. And yeah, hopefully that's worked out okay. So you probably got a better idea of what's coming up than I do. And I'll explain to you later. I'll explain to you now. The reason I'm doing that is because this podcast isn't just about knitting or isn't just about weight loss. It's about different things. And so I want people to be able to say, all right, well, the knitting is the first 2 minutes. So I'll watch that and then I can turn it off type thing. Or, oh, I want to go to the planners, which is 5 sections down, 5 minutes in. So, you know, it's just to give people that option. And we're going to start off today. Hopefully we'll have knitting, weight loss, planner / Etsy shop, and KMcD 2016, which is general stuff that's going on. So we're going to kick off with the knitting. So knitting, apologies for the weird setup today. It's Bank Holiday Monday. Oh yeah, I should have said it is Monday the 2nd of May. It's Bank Holiday Monday, which means nothing to me because I'm a stay-at-home mum. But it does mean I have 2 extra people who are off work and school respectively here to annoy me. So let's get into the knitting. There hasn't been much knitting this last fortnight, and there are 2 reasons for that. One of which is I'm starting an Etsy shop, which I will talk more about in the planner / Etsy shop section. And the other reason is I've had quite severe hand pain. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen that yesterday I posted a picture rather randomly of my right hand, which was absolute agony. And I've been suffering with hand pain for really since my youngest child was born over a year ago. And they've taken blood just to make sure it's not arthritis, just to rule it out, which it isn't. So I'm really thankful for that. But it does look like it's carpal tunnel syndrome, which actually runs in my family. So it's fine. It's manageable. I've got ibuprofen gel for the pain, which I can only put on at night because it's topical. I don't want to have it on when I'm lifting up a Hulk child and stuff. And it's in the meantime, it just means that my knitting time is quite restricted in that respect on the days that I can't, I don't have any feeling in my, sometimes I lose all feeling in the end of my fingers and stuff, so, which makes it difficult to knit. But I have done some knitting and I have the most glorious stuff to show you. So the main thing I've been working on are these beauties. And it's worth the wait, trust me. Oh, how amazing are they? Okay, so this yarn is the Sparkle Rainbow with Silver Stellina it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, 400 meters per 100 grams skein, and it is from Mothi and the Squid, and I love it, absolutely love it. So I have done 1 sock already in it, no heel. The heel is the afterthought yarns there, and just look at those colours. Seriously, it is amazeballs. I absolutely love it. And not only are the colours incredibly vibrant, but the yarn is really, really nice as well. It really feels lovely and soft. So yeah, really happy with those. So I have completed the first socks. I've done, it's the usual vanilla toe up sock. The last ones I did, the Dobby Socks yarn from British Bee Knits. I love those socks, but the foot's too short. So I was doing 60 rounds for the foot before I put in the afterthought heel yarn. But now on this one I've done 80 because they were much too short. So I did 80 till the afterthought heel yarn, then I did 60 rounds for the leg, and then I did 15 rounds of 1x1 twisted rib for the cuff, which I really, really like, and finished it off with Jenny's surprisingly stretchy binder at the top. So that's one sock done. And this is the second one here. And it's done the toe, and I've done 47 rounds of the foot. So we're getting there. I've wound it into a ball because I got all excited and caked it up using my Yarn Swift ball winder cake maker thing. And I don't know why I bothered, because I really don't like cakes at all. I much prefer to hand wind it into a ball. So I did that, which could have been why my hand was so sore. So they are my precious, and I'm working on them most of the time. And I have also got one other work in progress to show you. That's it, I'm afraid. It's a bit boring, isn't it? But these are my up in the bedroom socks, and it's the Twisted Limon Chocolicious self-striping yarn. And I've been working on these because little one has been having a little problem going to bed at night, and so I just have to stay upstairs for an extra like 10-15 minutes after I put him down in his cot. So I've been working on these. So you can see, again, it's exactly the same pattern, I'm afraid, guys. I know I'm really boring, but you know. Sorry about that, I got a phone call, so apparently it interrupts recording. Yeah, I should have said as well that the needles on the Rainbow Sparkle socks are the same as the needles I'm using on here, which is my 2.25mm Knit Pro Zings, and these are in my Avengers Cairngorm Bags bag. And yeah, same again, using that. I did find they're bending quite a bit, but they seem to be fairly easy to bend back into shape, so that's okay. But that's just the first of that sock, and that's in Cairngorm Bags Owl Bag. That's it for the knitting. I know, I hadn't even really been watching any knitting or video, you know, watching any knitting podcasts or listening to any. I've been trying to catch up on the Shiny Bees podcast. I was just listening to her interview. This is probably an old episode, to be honest, because I am literally, like, I have 69 videos in my to watch list on YouTube, and God knows how many in my to listen list. But I was listening to her interview with Nick from Yarn from the Plane, and it was a really, really good interview. So if you haven't listened to the Shiny Bees podcast, go over and listen, and especially make the effort to listen to that one, because it was really, really good. So that's it for knitting. So next up, K-Mitty weight loss. There has been weight loss. I know, go me, go me. There's been 5 pounds weight loss in the last fortnight. Now I don't know how, because I've been eating Magnum ice creams and Yorkshire puddings, not always at the same time. But I've lost that, and also I haven't really been able to get out doing proper country dog walks, because the big pram that we use for going like off-roading for the country dog walks is broken, and they're quite expensive to replace, so I can't really replace it, and so I haven't been doing that. But I have been walking the rest of the time. I did get a new car a few weeks ago, or a new to me car, which I love, but I try not to use it when I'm just like walking around Aviemore and stuff, because, you know, unless the weather's absolutely ridiculously bad, which it has been, because we had snow 2 days ago. Yeah, it's spring. But I do still like do a lot of walking, like to baby groups in the shops and stuff like that, but haven't been in the off-road walks, which I really enjoy. So I'm going to try and take Stanley a bit more around the streets, which will actually be very good for his claws, because they need to be worn down a bit more. Because, like I say, normally he does mainly the sort of foresty, woody paths, which don't actually wear his claws down as much as he needs to. So I'm going to be doing that with him during the day, and then in the evening my husband will take him out for his sort of woodland walks, because my husband needs to get out in some fresh air as well, and, you know, because he works in an office all day. So yeah, that's it for the sort of exercise portion of it. The food, I've been terrible with my food, really, really bad. I haven't been logging on my Fitness Pal at all, where I'm Kelly McD & Co if you want to come over and friend me on there, and I'm the same on Fitbit. And I really want to get more back into that, because as well as it affecting, what the problem is, I wasn't doing any meal planning, and the problem with that is not only does it affect sort of what I'm eating, but it also affects the money seriously as well. So I really need to make the effort to get back into that and to be using the slow cooker a bit more, because it just makes life so much easier. I know I'm a stay-at-home mum. I know I'm here and I should be slaving over the stove, making these beautiful home-cooked meals. Well, that does not happen when you have an incredibly mobile toddler who has no sense of balance and frankly should probably be wearing a helmet the vast majority of the time. So slow cookers really are the way to go for me for home-cooked meals. I love my slow cooker. And yeah, so hopefully next podcast I will, I'm kind of going to make a little bit of a pledge that I'm going to try and up the ante on that a bit more, a bit better on the food logging. Although it's depressing because then I don't get my magnums in. Anyway, so that's it for KMXD weight loss. Although I will say, just before we move on, that means that I now have 3 stone to go. Now that I've lost that 5 pounds. It'll do. I'll get it done. So, okay, now we're on to KMXD plans / Etsy shop. Okay, this is quite a big one and it might get quite rambly, so you have to bear with me. One of the reasons I haven't been doing a lot of knitting, apart from the hand pain, is I have been setting up a new Etsy shop. It is called Kelly McD and Co. So it's the word and, not the symbol. That's how you have to find me. And it's selling notebook covers and sort of notebook related, planner related stuff. That's what it's going to be. If you've known me or followed me for quite a few years, you'll know that my mum was at Cairngorm Bags on Etsy, and she used to make the most amazing Harris Tweed bags and sell them. Now she stopped doing that, but she still had quite a bit of Harris Tweed and she still had a lot of know-how. And I have a major planner addiction. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that. Anything to do with stationery or planners, I'm not allowed in WH Smith on my own anymore. Although I went in on Saturday and I was really, really good. Really good. Not so good in Hobbycraft. Very good in WH Smith. And so this kind of shop escalated from that. I discovered the Traveller's Notebook system. And so I decided to make one in Harris Tweed, and that's where it's come from, is to start the shop and get the notebook covers back out there. So this is what we are making. This is a Tweedy Dory. This is one of our wide ones. So we make wide and regular. Regular fits your standard Midori Traveller's notebook inserts. The wide Tweedy Dory fits the Moleskine large Cahier notebooks, which is what I use all the time. Or that size is the size I use all the time. And I'm not going to go into a big spiel about how they're made and all that and do a big selling thing. But this is what we've been doing. And so what I wanted to check is if you guys who have got this far to the planning section wanted to see a video all about, I'm probably going to do a video about the products that we sell, a sort of shop promo product video. But I'm also wanting to know if you guys want to see a planner setup video, because I'm quite happy to do one, but only if people are going to watch it, because otherwise it's a bit of a waste of time. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And if enough people want to see it, then I will, to be quite honest, even if one person wants to see it, I will record a planner setup video. So this is what I've been really busy working on. We now have the vast majority of the products that we have made so far in the shop. And there's more things, I've got more ideas about what I want to be stocking, but the vast majority of the Tweedy Dories and the A6 notebook covers are made and are listed up in the shop. And I think we've got 10 more Tweedy Dory covers to put up in the next few days. But they should be all stocked by the end of the week. And that's really what I've been busy with this last fortnight, is getting the initial stock made up, getting listings made up, and getting the policies and the whole thing, the whole shebang actually set up. And although running your own business, Etsy shop, anything like that, creating your own products is really hard work, the real getting that initial setup is a massive task. And so now that that's done, I'm hopeful I'll get a bit more of a chance to do some knitting and have more knitting content for you guys next podcast. But I'm not promising it because of the whole hand pain issue and stuff as well. So that's the planner thing. And in future as well, if I do a planner setup video, what I'll do is I will kind of do one planner setup video showing what I'm using, and then from then on I will have like a Kay McD plans, because that's the hashtag I use for my posts for that on Instagram. I'll have that section just to say if I've made any changes, how my system is working for me, all that kind of thing, you know, my layouts that I've done for this month, that, you know, that kind of stuff. Yes, that's it. Right, quick drink of coffee from my bug mug. Perfect bugs. Sorry, but it's only my second cup of coffee this morning. So the final section today is Kay McD 2016, which is just a general family update on stuff. So yeah, we're into May. Wow. Can't believe it. August is a big month for us. It's coming up because we have two birthdays, two of the boys' birthdays there. The first one and the second one. And the first one is 18 this year. So that's a big month for us. And it just feels like May, just feels like the year is running past. But that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you just have to make it slow down for you. And May's May's going to be a big month for us as well. My husband's going away to India for work for a week in the middle of May. So that'll be fun. And we're still waiting to hear back for my eldest child's college application for this coming year. So it's quite nerve-wracking. I'm really fingers crossed that he gets into the course he's applied for, because I think he'll really enjoy it. Middle child is absolutely fine. He's just plodding along. She's just about to go to her friends to play today, so that's quite good. And youngest one, the baby Henry, he's 14 months in a couple of days. He's really started walking in the last few days. He started launching himself off from the sofa and wobbling, literally wobbling across the floor. So he's getting better, but he has no balance. I'm not kidding. This child, I'm really tempted to buy him a helmet, but that'll probably rock his balance even worse. But he's all right, really. He's quite a funny wee chappy, and he started being very vocal with weaning him off the dummy a bit more. So he's been quite funny with that. And he's having a nap just now, actually, which is quite good. That's them. Me, it's all about the Etsy shop and doing this video, and I'm wanting to start the blog up again, but that's really going to be quite a few weeks down the line. And yeah, so that's it. Stanley's fine. He's all good. Can't think of anything else. So yeah, sorry it's so quick and there isn't a major amount of content. I'm hopeful that you'll still follow me, like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe so that you get to know when new videos are coming out. And like I say, please comment below to let me know if you want to see a planner setup video, or if you want a planner video, or if you want to see me do anything different. Not skydiving. I can't be bothered with that. But yeah, no, seriously, if you want me to do any sort of plannery type stuff, then sorry, I think it just cut me off there just as I finished that sentence. What I was saying was, if you want to see me doing some planner stuff, please comment below. Oh, there is something else that I should have said in Kay McD plans, and that is this month, one of the things I'm tracking in my planner is No Spend May, which is really killing me because I desperately want to buy some British Bee Knits, some more British Bee Knits yarn and some more Mothie and the Squid yarn. And what I'm promising myself is if I sell some of the yarn I'm not using, then I can use those funds to buy it. See? Excuses. So there's that, and also there's something else in the back. Oh yeah, I'm not using any stickers this month in my planner. One of my challenges for me is to improve my doodling. I know it's random, but it's quite good fun. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll have an update for that in the next one. But my banners are getting really good. Yeah, so that's it from me. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I will see you in a fortnight. And like I say, please comment below if you want to see anything featured or any different videos. Bye for now.